And all of a sudden, instead of being somebody who's just asking for a referral, they're providing free resources to that referral partner and giving them direct access, which is when you hear from the referral partners, that's what they want. They want, like, what do you need me to tell my patients and how can I reach you when I need you? Hey there, welcome to the Dr. Marketing Tips Show. I am Jennifer.
And I'm Corey.
Let's just restart that.
Okay.
Rock my rock, and it's just like made noises.
You thinking rock?
Yeah, my thinking rock. I'm getting my thinking spoon out. All right, ready?
Yep.
Hey there, welcome to the Dr. Marketing Tips Show. I am Jennifer.
And I'm Corey.
Today we're going to talk about what we think is somewhat of a unique referral marketing strategy, something that we've done for multiple specialty pharmacy clients, and they get a lot of good traction. But this concept, it actually could work for any specialty practice out there.
Yeah, so what we did was we developed kind of a client portal, we'll call it. And on this portal, what they've done is they have referring providers join, and then they're able to see all kinds of forms, formulations, pricing, instructions, just anything that's helpful for their referring providers. And so what's nice about that is they can have it all broken down by subspecialty. So again, this is referring, the one I'm looking at right now is actually for a specialty in compounding group. And so they have everything in there in terms of protocols and product sheets and kind of like a one-stop shop if you have any questions. What's nice is if you still wind up with questions after that, there's also the opportunity to chat directly with whoever pharmacist is on duty. So they have a rotating team of pharmacists at this group. I think there's like 5 or 6 of them. And they sort of man this chat. So if you're a referring provider and you have a question about something, you can, in a HIPAA compliant way, talk to a pharmacist right away and get your questions answered, which is great. And if they're not on duty, but you still have a question, you can type your response there and they'll get to it when the office is open. And so again, just kind of like zooming out, this could be a really unique opportunity from a referral marketing standpoint for any specialty to do something similar where you can have, you know, your referral appointment forms, your intake forms, your, you know, any sort of like surgical information or sheets or insurance information, all that kind of wrapped up into one spot. You can put education in there and turn it into an education hub, for example.
Well, we're doing an education hub for an ortho group. We're taking the same concept and we're doing it for them for work comp because they want to market to work comp a lot more than they're doing. They want to be strategic. So we're using the same concept to put all the stuff there and make it a direct line, a direct conversation. It'll be an open-end portal. I think the one for the other client, the pharmacy, you have to like log into or something to that effect.
Yeah, so they have a login because they wanted to specifically track who's actually using this thing and get some usage kind of statistics out of it to say, oh, you know, Dr. A, B, and C is actually in here a lot. Let's make sure that we're, you know, giving them a lot of attention, or we saw it fall off or whatever. But yeah, I mean, you know, either concept kind of works. It's the same thing. Is you want to sort of offer this education up front, make it super easy for whoever the referring partner is, and then you'll receive the benefits of that on the back end. You know, and one of the things that the pharmacy was focused on, and it's always kind of been a pillar of their business, is communication and responding quickly. So if you have a question, you know, it doesn't take 48 hours before somebody responds to your email. They've always been like that. This is just sort of the next evolution of that. I will say, when we started this, one of the ideas was this is going to be an education portal, which it is now. But it's something that never actually got off the ground that I think if you're listening to this episode, you may want to take to the bank is one of the original ideas was, let's also include like a quarterly webinar or something to that effect, where we'll actually have maybe a guest come in and then talk about something that's going on in the industry or provide some valuable information. For them, that hasn't happened just yet, but I think that, you know, if you are considering this as some type of an education hub or referral program or benefit, you can offer same thing. So you can have a list of your products and then also your education. Maybe you've got some blogs that you've written or some PDFs and what have you. But then also do some type of a webinar or something like that. And if you even want to take it to the next level, you can do it with CEUs. So you can offer CEUs for people to come to this portal and see it and actually experience it. And then, you know, again, you're giving it the education back, you're offering CEUs, and for the audience, that's nothing but a win-win-win.
Yeah, and I think that like what we're talking about right now is having a place that is a benefit to whoever the referral partner is. What I like about this is we're constantly hearing from those practices who are like, I need to go out and market my practice. What should I do? And, you know, a lot of times we're like, well, here's the rat card for the doctor. Here's a practice brochure. Here's how to order stuff and drop it off. But what the pharmacy groups are doing is they've created this like physician referral group, like portal. And it could be, for them, it could be, you know, physicians, it could be veterinarians. Like the pharmacies are just a little bit different as who they're going after. But the idea is now they have something to really market to those referring groups. And all of a sudden, instead of being somebody who's just asking for a referral, they're providing free resources to that referral partner and giving them direct access, which is when you hear from the referral partners, that's what they want. They want, like, what do you need me to tell my patients and how can I reach you when I need you?
Yeah, exactly. And again, that goes back to that idea of communication. I mean, let's look at what we were saying for the ortho practice and developing kind of like an education hub for them. I think that that same idea kind of applies, because this gives you a reason to walk into it, whether it's a, you know, a law firm or a referring practice, whatever, and say, hey, we have this thing that makes your life easier. Here's some information about it, which is way more beneficial than, hey, here's the rat card, go to the website if you have any questions, good luck finding something, see ya, which is, you know, kind of how it was in the past. So it really allows you to kind of like provide this value. And what's nice too is, again, so let's say you want to take that a step further for your education hub and you're going to do a webinar, maybe you're going to offer CEUs, maybe, you know, whatever the case is. Well, that's a reason to go back to those places and say, hey, remember that portal that we talked about? Well, guess what? It's getting even better. And we've got this webinar coming up. It's going to be live and on demand, or you get CEUs for you and your team, whatever the case may be. But again, it's a reason to go back into that practice versus just, here's some bagels.
Yeah, I think you're right. And I think in your portal, you know, having the right kind of resources is great. You know, I'm just thinking, like, let's say I'm a primary care doctor and I wanted this. Clearly everybody knows about GLP-1s now, but you know, this was a year ago, and I wanted information so I could provide to my patients on GLP-1s. Well, if your pharmacy created like generic information that maybe just had, maybe it had the referring partner's logo on it, maybe it had the both of you on it, who knows? But you provide that level of resource that the partner, the referring partner, can go in and download something and provide it to the patient, or even have it printed. You know, now you're making their lives easier and you're helping them with their patients. And now you're a true trusted resource.
Well, yeah. And on top of that too, you know, if you've got additional, whether it's marketing material that's in there, or even just like injection guides is something that they have, for example, because as a referring provider, you probably know those things, but still, if you can just go here, grab it, and then you can either use it internally for your office, or you can give it to the patient. Again, you're just making everyone's life a little bit easier, a little bit more efficient, and then you have the confidence in saying, well, you know, this injection guide came right from them, so I don't have to try and remember or pull up something that I got months ago or whatever. You can just go right here, grab it, you're done.
Yeah. So just, you know, a unique opportunity to market to your referral base, something a little bit different. I mean, we know that referring providers will use an online referral form. We know this because we build them for our clients. I had one just last week that I pulled up that had over 2,000 referrals that have come through it. So I know referring providers and organizations are using online channels. This just takes it to that next, like, next layer up is that, building that education hub, becoming that educational and kind of that educational resource partner with your referrals really takes you, above the donuts being dropped off at the front.
Right. And what's nice too is you're not trying to sell them anything. You're not soliciting. You're just providing information here in an easy to find place. And you can sort of shape that as you want. So like if this is something you want to do, you don't have to go the route of, well, how do I build something and have people log in and have a chat? And like, you don't have to do all that stuff. You can just build a new page on your website and just start popping links on there. And you can call that your education hub, maybe hop into Canva, create a little graphic, throw that on there too, and then you're done. Then you have something you can go out and you can start this next week. You can say, we are debuting an education hub. It's going to be, it's continually evolving. We're always going to be adding resources, and then immediately hit the pavement and start talking to referring groups.
I couldn't agree more. And if you have an education hub and it's online, you can track it. And when you can track it, you can adjust it. You can show the ROI, and you can get buy-in from the rest of the practice. Yeah,
for sure. And something I've also seen in other practices that they do is, so they'll do something very similar, and then they'll have, maybe it's a special phone number that's on there, or a special email or special form. And again, it's just another opportunity to then track and recognize and adjust for your referral business.
That's right. So great idea. Hopefully you get something out of this. Be thinking about it as you're putting together your referral strategy moving forward. With that, I am Jennifer.
I'm Corey.
We'll see you next time on the Dr. Marketing Tips Show. Thanks so much.
Bye, guys.
If you want more like this, hit like and subscribe so you'll always be alerted to new episodes when they come out. And if you want information about us, visit us over at insightmg.com. That's insightmg.com. We'll see you on the next episode.